I think we're rolling.
Hi.
I think we're here.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
We're all moved around today.
Yeah, well, Dan has the flu. So, Dan, we hope you get better. And everyone, it's up to me tonight to do this, so be terrified. We are joined today with Mr. Andy Chomko.
Hello.
And Micah has taken over my seat, and as soon as we play the video, I will fix his camera to get the top of his beautiful head in.
Should I shrink down a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. We'll be fine. So, there's a lot of people tuning in, and, you know, some of you might have been listening to the Bob Cordero show this morning. Andy and I were on. We're incredibly grateful that Bob even asked us to come on. Bob's a really good guy. So we had a lot to talk about. Andy, did you like being on the show? Or
It was cool. It was an experience. I try to go into things with an open mind, and it was nice.
Well, hopefully we didn't say anything stupid. So
I hope not.
Well,
and if we did, let us know, because I really don't care.
In the comments. If you guys are watching, I know that it's a terrible thing to say, but like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, and share with your friends, because I think that this is an important issue that we all need to talk about. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to show part 3, and then you guys are going to watch it for the first time, and then it'll be available immediately right after on like YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, X. What am I forgetting? Anything? I don't know.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, OnlyFans. So it's an important issue, but what we want to do is we want to have a dialogue with all of you who are watching. So when you make it through the end of the video, it's about 31 and a half minutes, and there's a lot in there. It's crammed full of info. So after that, we're going to do Q&A. So if you guys want to ask us questions, if there's any concerns, we will tell you what we know. We will tell you what is speculation, what is total made-up rumor, and then, you know, we'll keep that dialogue going for, you know, as long as it needs to be. Preferably not, 8 hours. So, Mike, you guys ready to go?
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Andy, you want to do it?
Yep.
Okay, bear with me. I have never done this before because Dan's not here.
We miss you, Dan.
Okay.
Andy misses you, Dan. We're about to find out how much we miss Dan.
$7 a.m. down in front of St. Francis Kitchen, in front of the Pen Paper Building. We're going to go take a peek and see if there's any mischief.
Watch your head.
Do you go there though? Is it safe to go there?
No!
It's not.
Who's gonna do that?
Oh, it's not. I don't know. I want to go down and try to talk with them, and I just don't know if they're friendly.
No, I don't have no relationship whatsoever with these people. I just came a week ago and I'm trying to get ahead in life.
Do you think they're dangerous?
They are dangerous.
So, can you tell me how long you've been
Homeless?
what's the proper?
Yeah, we've been homeless for like what,
7 years.
7 years already
This year.
now?
Yeah, 7 years
Yeah,
this year.
7 years this year. We were in different places, but we kept getting kicked out until we finally got here. And we were okay. I mean, yeah, the cops have come down here and they bothered us and threatened us and stuff. They told us to leave. We couldn't be here, but we never left because nobody else left, you know. Alexis.
K-A-Y.
So you're
Caregiver.
Kind of
Yeah,
a caregiver, yeah. But there are things I can do for myself.
Yeah,
she
'cause
doesn't
I-
make an invalid out of me like my husband did.
No, I don't like that. I don't
My
like
husband
treatment
kept
like
me
that.
asleep all the time with pills.
kind of like.
No, it isn't.
So, were you scared when it first happened, or?
Oh yeah, we were terrified out of our minds, you know, because we didn't know what we were going to do. We've never done it together. She's done it separately. I've done it separately, but we never did it together, and we were going to have to get used to the way each other does things, you know. And we kind of worked that out pretty good.
Have you been mostly in Scranton the last 7 years?
Yeah, well,
No, we've been bouncing around from this. We've been here like 4 years here.
Yeah, we've been here for like 4 years now because we kept getting kicked out everywhere else we were. The cops harassed us and threatened us, and they were going to do this, that, and the other to us. And rather than stick around, we just bounced around from different places until we got down here. We had two vehicles that we lost to the police because they confiscated them. But that's all right. They
So
were
they broke
junk
down.
anyway. They didn't run anyway. So we were living in them for a while. And they told us to get out, you know. So we did. We just left the vehicles there and let them confiscate
The
it.
last vehicle I had was sold. I sold my last vehicle,
Yeah, she
my
sold the
Dodge.
last one.
Caravan.
Shh, quiet.
So, for people that don't know,
Mm-hmm.
what's a normal day like? Is it comparable to a normal day just outside?
No, it's not.
No,
It's
not
not
really.
no.
It's still kind of harsh because you have to be on the lookout for different things, you know,
Thieves.
happening. You got to watch out for thieves and stuff because all these people steal from each other. They think it's okay, you know, because even though they had less, I had less, and then they steal from me.
Shut
Why?
up.
Because I had less than they do, and yet they're still stealing. ESA dogs, emotional support animals. Because I was traumatized and she was traumatized through different
I've got
things.
bipolar.
She has
and it's like
bipolar, so she
depression,
needs
and
a
I want
dog.
to commit suicide, and I don't. So if I got a dog, I can't commit suicide because I got something to take care of,
Mhm.
and I got to take care of her. I got to take care of her. So my hands are tied here. We can't have them in the housing because they're not neutered
Fixed.
and spayed.
Yeah, they're not
He
fixed.
can't be neutered because he has seizures,
Mhm.
and she has.
medical problems because she's old too, you know.
As women
Mm-hmm.
and who are out here, are you concerned about your well-being? Are you?
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes because you get some of these people are pretty mean, you know, and especially when they're drinking or they've got drugs in their
Yeah,
system.
we had a guy come down here before we had a tent, but we were sleeping right over there. And
Mhm.
he'd come down, he'd do them whacking off, trying to whack off in our faces.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to leave until, you know, he did one of us, and it was like, yeah, no, you're not, you know, because I'll throw you in the river.
I was going to throw his ass right in there because I got sick.
He was a sexual pervert.
Is there a lot of them?
Yeah,
There's a few of them, yeah, there are. There's lots of them here.
Is there organizations around here that
Oh yeah,
help you?
there's a few they have helped, but it's few and far in between. You know, they don't come
I've
down
gone
all
to the
time.
area on aging and they won't help because I
We
tried them
all
already.
the organizations to get help, especially when the cops were harassing us here, trying to get us out of here.
But we had one guy that did help
And
us.
we did call them, and we went to their offices and stuff, and they all told us the same thing. There's nothing we can do. You're on your own, you know. So it was like, okay, fine, you
Well, you
know.
can go here, you can go there. We went to there, we went there, we went over here. And
They just
nothing we can
simply
do.
ran us around from here to there, you know. Oh, go see this person, go talk to that person, call these people. You know, nobody would help. So we were like,
I don't
the
know.
hell with it.
We're on.
actually came to you guys and said, here, we have some stuff we need.
Yeah, we've had people
Yeah,
from
bring us
churches,
food.
organizations, and stuff like that. They come and they, you know, once in a while will bring us a little bit of food, but most of it is
But
stuff we.
it seems like they're not helping in the ways that they.
No, they're not really helping the way we need to be helped, you know.
We're on
And
our own out
We're
here.
on our own out here. We have to do everything for ourselves, you know. There's nobody to help us. Yeah, they come along and they give you food and clothing, blankets, stuff like that. But that's not solving the problem. And then there's the ones that want to send you to a hotel temporarily.
For a
And
week
it's like,
or
what,
so.
for a week, 2 weeks, you know, then you're right back out here anyway. So that's not a solution.
We've been walking around, and what I've noticed is that this little section here
Mm-hmm.
is probably the most well-maintained, taken care of
Yeah.
place in this mile and a half.
Oh, but
And
that's
all
back there.
except for our trash. That
I
came
can
out of
clean
our
that
old
up
tent
too.
we took down today, matter of fact.
Yeah, I'm going to be cleaning that up because I can't stand
it
it.
collapsed on us, so we had to get a new tent, so there she sits, you know.
So tell me what happened last night as soon as we left.
As soon as you left,
Yeah.
the pole, one of the things flew off, the wind blew it off and it went down there. Then I was trying to save the tent at the same time, and big blast of wind came, got a hold of the tent, and I was like holding it, you know. Hey, the tent! Forget it. It was gone.
And did you try to get it out of the river?
Yeah, I went up to the open spot up there, and I went down into the bush and down onto the rocks, and I fell in the water. So I got my bath for the week.
Did someone help you put the tent up last time? Oh, you guys did it.
Yeah, you can come up that way, and then there's no.
So pretty much once you get to there, you're just on these jagged rocks trying
Yeah.
to figure it out.
Yeah, so just leave it. Somebody will come along and try to wedge it out of there.
Well, honestly, I think like it might not be a bad idea to even get like a raft in there and clean up
Yeah.
like the river from the water. Trouble.
He's big trouble for a little guy.
That's hysterical.
She doesn't bite.
He does,
She's passive.
because he has to be secured. No?
Isn't it?
It's literally the same one, yeah.
I had to sleep with wet clothes all night.
Oh, that sucks.
The worst part, though, it just says he goes down there. You go in that water, you're gonna smell like that water.
Oh boy.
They flushed the city sewage in there.
Wow.
So as long as you like have it bagged and
Yeah, have it all bagged up and everything, yeah.
That's why do you think our area is so nice and clean?
But we keep it that way.
Oh, we're gonna leave this down, right? 'Cause you want
Yeah, leave that down. Keep the bottom dry.
Well, he's put that. Look at that.
If we wrap it around that post and all the way around, I mean,
Yeah, that'll work.
Let's see what we got, man.
and you're gonna have to put weight in it.
Yep, we got our bins for that. Our food bins.
you're saying this bridge.
And that side. See?
Yeah, they throw it either off on this side or they throw it off on this side.
I like things clean. It's just not, I don't like going out there stumbling over beer cans and soda bottles and God only knows what else. Needles, I picked up needles out here. And you think I want a dog to get stabbed by a needle? I don't think so.
I have nerve damage in my legs. I have arthritis, severe arthritis in my hip. Pain travels all the way to my feet. And I have it in my lower back because I fell out of the second-story window during the
Yeah,
fire.
just look at her hand.
Yeah,
Look at her hand.
that puppy is mangled. Yeah, see that?
We'll do it.
So did it just get broken?
It got mangled. It got melted by the fire.
Oh.
They had to put a skin graft on me all the way up to here. The whole thing is skin grafted. It has all kinds of old wounds and stuff. My skin is very sensitive nowadays, and it's still Still gets injured now and then because it's so easy now that it's a skin graft.
This thing's going nowhere.
What?
This tent is
Oh,
going
yeah.
nowhere.
That's great. That's what we wanted.
Do you guys have any history of addiction? Or
Oh, no.
No.
The only
We're
addiction I
clean.
got is right here.
so you guys don't smoke, drink?
No,
No.
I used to be a smoker. I used to smoke cigarettes, but I
Not
don't. I
me.
don't do it anymore. After I got out of the hospital, I was like, "That's it. I don't want no more cigarettes."
I've never done drugs. I've never drank. I never
I felt
smoked.
better after I quit smoking. I always started feeling better.
Is there a lot of people around here on substances?
Yes.
Oh yeah. A lot of them will deny. Oh, I'm okay. I'm not a drug addict. You know. And you see them running around here, and they're asking everybody, "Oh, you got some ice? You got pot? You got this? You got that?"
The percentage of the people that surround you,
Mm-hmm.
where would you gauge their addiction or mental health?
Bad, really bad. I mean, it's high. I mean, they actually want to be out here. They've told us that several times. You know, we don't want to be in an apartment or a house. We rather be out here. We don't have to pay bills. And it's like, well, even if you're out here, you're still broke. You're still spending money. If you're not spending it on food
Panhandling.
and stuff like that, you're
Panhandling.
still not going to have any money. So they go out and they panhandle. They bother everybody. You
That's
know?
something we don't do.
And we don't panhandle. We do go to the pantries when we get desperate, but it's few and far in between. And most of the time, I'm on food stamps too, so I can, if I don't have the cash, then I use my food stamps. And I have a couple credit cards, which I'm in debt for, but I use them once in a while, you know.
They doing guns down here? Any weapons?
Some of them have weapons.
Yeah.
So you have to really be careful. Be
Some of the
careful
homeless
how,
people.
Yeah, one of
you
my
gotta
friends
be careful
down there.
you know how you approach them.
Yeah,
and
one
all.
of my friends down there, he put 2 guys in the hospital, and he threw one guy in the river because it was a
He
failed
still
blood.
hasn't surfaced.
Are they okay, or did he?
I don't know. All I know is the 2 guys was in the hospital, and one guy got thrown in the river, stabbed him or something, and he threw him in the river.
And you don't know what happened?
I don't have no idea.
Don't have no idea. We had. Don't
That
even
was
know
right
if he
here?
washed up.
Yeah, right down there.
Right down there.
Right down there, the first one.
The guy with the big black dog.
But he's not down there right now. He's
No,
gone.
he's not there
The
right
one with
now.
the big brown tent, the teepee-like thing. It's,
He threw guys in the river.
yeah, he stabbed 2 guys, and then
They can be violent down
he
here.
stabbed another guy and threw him in the river. And just recently, he said he was going to cut a guy's throat over by Redner's.
Just want to tell me what happened?
Sitting in my tent, packing up my belongings, getting ready to move. Guy walks from this direction toward me, starts saying, who you with, or is they in there? I was sitting with my door zipped shut, with the window open, and he drew back and started striking me with the pipe. This guy saved me. He came out of his tent and pulled him off of me. At that point, I was able to unzip it, and they started wrestling, and I came out and tried to get him separated, and then we started wrestling, and me and the guy ended up on the ground over there. He got him off of me again. Never seen him before in my life. Older black guy, dreads, one of those Jamaican hack things. I don't know what they're called.
So he came up to you out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere. I had a book playing on my tablet. I was listening to it while I was packing, so I didn't really hear him until he started talking over in this area. And yeah, that's the gist of it. You know.
So you came from out of the area from the west?
Yeah.
Okay. And since you've been here, you've never experienced any violence or?
No, that's the first physical interaction I've been in with anyone in a good minute.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm all right. I got some scratches up here, but my arm's a little bruised up. Nothing serious.
Scratches up, oh yeah.
But bruises. I don't know if you can see anything on my head, but
You hit you in the head
that was the first spot I got hit. Yeah.
with the pipe.
Yeah. It was that wasn't like a lead pipe, but like a plumbing pipe. But I got thick skull.
All right, guys. I wish you the best of luck. Just come say hi, okay?
All right.
All right.
Mark, right?
Yes, sir.
Mark, all right.
All right. Be safe.
All right, see ya.
They're worried more about the migrants than they are their own people here in this country.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean they don't give a rat's butt about us. As long as they could bring those freeloaders over here, give them homes, jobs, money, you know, whatever.
But they don't give us the same things that they give the migrants that come
See
here.
us, we're suffering here, but do they care? I don't think so.
It's like when she goes to the pantry every now and then, the migrants will go in there and they'll have great big carts full of food and stuff.
And
she goes in, she comes out with a little box or a bag of something.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm fucking serious. I've been over there.
She's been over there several times.
And you see them come in, they get these 2 carts. There's the whole family over there, and they're piling the carts up full. And I'm only allowed 1 or 2 things in the canned goods. You see, there's 2 of us.
Yep.
Like I get ravioli or beefaroni or something. 1 can.
To split between us. That's what they do. And
2 loaves of bread.
And the produce is the same way. If they happen to have produce, you get 1 apple. And there's 2 of us. So, hey, where's my apple, you know?
I sacrifice. I give it to her because she needs it more than I do.
And they give migrants everything.
They give the migrants everything. They get everything over there. So
They're giving it to people that aren't Americans.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I'm so pissed off about these migrants, because they're getting everything. We got nothing, and we're living out here like pigs, like animals.
And she'll go to that store where you can get free blankets and clothes and
Yeah,
stuff.
1 coat I got 1 coat,
One coat,
right?
there's 2 people.
I said, I need a coat for my sister. Well, I'm sorry, dear, you can only have 1 coat. So I ended up giving the coat to her.
Yeah.
When I froze the whole winter.
You didn't have a coat the whole winter.
Nope.
Right.
I was
didn't
wearing a
either
sweater.
because it was too small anyway, you know?
I was wearing a sweater. Yeah, we were cold. I didn't have boots. I had sneakers. I wear sweaters. The whole winter. You know how cold it was last year? It was
Freezing.
terrible with that Arctic thing and that Siberian thing.
cold came through.
I had no coat. I had to wear a sweater.
So what do you think is bigger, the homeless problem or the migrant problem around?
I think the migrant problem is the biggest problem, because that's why a lot of these homeless people are out here, is because of the migrants. They get everything handed to them.
We didn't
and
get
these
nothing.
people don't, you know?
Dad, I paid 1/2 of the rent with my father, but when he died, then I ended up in these places. Yeah. But I had to share the rent with my mother and father at the time. But they were good to me.
That's the kindness?
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job,
Yeah,
little
thank
girl.
you, little girl.
Thank you.
You raised her right, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
My name is Chris, and I come from Nancoke. Hometown is Nancoke.
And how long you been on the streets of Scranton?
Let's see.
That's the summer of this year.
Yeah, make it at least over a year and
Year and a 6
months. Yeah.
Have you been on the streets before that?
No.
What's it been like for people who don't understand?
Well, I'll tell you, to be honest with you, to be homeless and not have a roof over your head.
Yeah, it's no good.
It's no good. You get sick.
Yeah.
Badly.
Yeah.
Badly. And I did tell them a lot.
Yeah.
I am feeling sick.
Yeah.
I got a cold. I think now it could.
He hasn't seen a mental doctor in a long time either.
Yeah, that's another thing.
A mental doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a history of seeing a mental doctor?
He's schizophrenia, just like me.
Yeah.
Oh, you both are schizophrenic?
Yeah, he both are schizophrenic.
Yeah.
What's schizophrenia like?
Schizophrenia is when you, bipolar is when you have mood swings.
Good days,
good
bad
days, and then schizophrenia.
Yeah,
is
when
you have this almost the same thing, but you're a little bit different than a bipolar person.
Yeah. Your moods change.
Yeah.
From good to bad.
And then bipolar is just a little bit opposite than that.
A little bit opposite.
Yeah.
And when you don't take your medication,
you don't take your medicine, like he hasn't had medicine in a long time.
Oh my God, I don't even know. It's been at least
2 years.
2
years since he had
Yeah.
medicine.
And what does the medicine do for you when you take it?
Calms me down, makes me happy. Less arguments. Yeah.
Do you find it more that you're more less stressed?
Yeah,
Less stressed. And I went to Eagleville in Philadelphia. It was a psychiatric hospital. And that was 302.
302 then, too.
Yeah. So I was placed with medication from a psychiatric doctor, Dr. Hawk.
Yeah.
He was, well, I guess, what do you call it?
An
Indian doctor.
Indian doctor, just
Yeah.
like they are here.
Like a Gandhi.
The Gandhi.
Okay.
But otherwise, the doctor placed me on medication, and I was at peace.
And he was at peace, but then he was let out again.
Yeah, on the discharge.
Discharge.
I was for good behavior.
For good behavior.
Then I came back to look my friend up.
Here, me.
So in your opinion, do they treat all the residents correctly?
No. They don't give them any good food. The food is spoiled, rancid, no good. Whatever they put out, bologna or lunch meat, any kind of lunch meat or regular food, just plain simple. Anything that's it's not edible.
Do you feel safe in these places?
No, because I think that someday there could be a fire, a bad one.
What's it like sleeping outside for people who don't know in the cold weather?
Oh, it's no good. It's no good. When you have all that blankets and everything that you have, how many times you're approached by people asking you for if you want to smoke weed, dope, cocaine, anything like that, or how many times there's people walking. Sorry about that.
That's okay, bro.
How many times there's people walking by, you don't even know if they have a gun or a knife, and they could kill you right there. You could be laying there, and you could be, who knows? I hear heavy footsteps. How many times? I don't even know. How many times I'm approached by people, colored guys, and white guys too, a mixture of both, even Hispanic or whatever, they're down in their luck. They would say, you got any cocaine or marijuana or dope or any weed for me because I'll pay you money for it? Well, yeah, I've been approached like that. How many times that they would actually ask me if I had that stuff on my possession? And I said, I can't help you. I don't take that stuff.
How about violence? Have you experienced any violence?
Oh, how many times? I heard a lot of fights going on. I went to the Keystone places, to the, what do you call it? The shelters. There are how many times there are fights that the boss couldn't even put up with it. He threw them out. And I said to the cops, I said that you can't go to the shelters because how many times there are people fighting, beating each other up, actually physical fights.
Are you concerned for your safety and well-being?
Out here? Yes. Because you don't know who you come in contact with on the street, because you don't know if they have a gun or a knife or whatever they have, you know. Being out in the open, you're like a sitting duck. Anybody could come out and do the job, and then you're done.
We deserve as much as any migrant or any of these homeless people that don't want to be in an apartment or a house or don't want a job. You know, they don't want anything except their drugs and alcohol. But me and her, We have been trying to get out of here. But it's hard because there are too many damn scammers out there too, you know?
Yeah, we've tried getting apartments, and what happened was got scammed.
Yeah, we got scammed several times. Yeah, we got scammed.
And they stole from you?
They stole from us. They stole money from us for apartments that weren't available, that weren't even there. They didn't exist.
No, there were somebody else's houses.
And you don't have any recourse?
No recourse. No, because they said, well, you fell for it. You're the stupid one.
Well, we didn't
okay,
know,
well, we believed
but
in people,
now,
you know?
But now it's not so easy to pull that shit over us.
You don't pull it on us now because
we're too smart for that.
We're too smart now because we know they're liars.
Politicians needs to do is get down here, okay? Get down where the homeless people are.
Walk through here, talk to them, you know, and get an idea of what these people are going through.
Not that they care, because all they care is
the
money in
other
their
problem
pocket.
I have with politicians is they are more into helping these drug addicts and these alcoholics. They think that this is good, you know, get them into rehab or something, they'll be fine. I got news for you, they keep repeating it. And it doesn't do any good. You need to stop focusing on their drug problem and their drinking. If they don't want help, and even if they do get help, they're not going to stick to it.
They just come right back out and do it again and
yeah,
again
that's what they
and
do.
again
That's why I said
and
it
again.
is not a disease. It's a choice they make.
It's a choice.
You know? And the politicians need to come to understand this. These people are out here because it's their choice. They're on drugs because it's their choice. They're on alcohol because it's their choice. They're out here because it's their choice. And it just makes it hard for us because they look at us the same way they look at the drug addicts. You know, we're no good, they're no good. And that's why they won't help us.
But we're all not like that. Not all of us. We're different.
Yeah.
We're straight. They gotta help people that want the help, like us.
Yeah, we want the help, but you know, they won't help us. Because they see us as, well, you'll just turn around and come back out here anyway. And it's, well, not likely.
If there was one message that you could give to people, what would you say?
I think I would have to tell them, you know, try to do the best you can without ending up out here like us, you know, and work for a living instead of, you know, panhandling and freeloading and stuff like that, not wanting a job, you know, because we hear a lot of that here. You know, people tell us, most of these homeless people, they tell us, well, I don't want to work. She gave a guy an application from Red News the other day, and he threw it away.
What I did was, he's got this sign he carried, anything will help. So I went over to Red News, and I got an application. And I went over and I handed it to him, and I said, your sign says anything will help. Well, here's a job application. He doesn't want a job.
He don't want to work. He said he doesn't want to work.
He wants to stay out here. He likes this.
He'd rather panhandle, you know. Hey, get $1, get $2, get $4.
Wants to freeload off the hardworking American people that, you know, work their butts off, and just for them to stand out there with a sign begging for money.
Yeah,
okay?
they do it every day like clockwork. And I would tell people, don't do that. Don't end up out here like that, you know, because it's not a pretty life. It looks glamorous from another point of view.
It's not.
But let me tell you, it's harsh. It's very, very harsh.
Yep.
It's like a nightmare.
I would tell them, if you got a home, don't leave it.
Don't leave it. Yeah.
Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up. Because once you do, there's no turning back after that. You lose your chance. After that, you get one chance in life when you live indoors. Don't screw it up. That's what I would say. Don't make that mistake. That's what I would say.
Mic isn't on because I'm an idiot. Okay, so that was Near My God to the. What did you guys think?
There's a lot to unpack there. I think we need to build a barge.
Yeah.
We need to build a barge and clean the river.
Yeah, that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
But
But man, everything from the desperation of people that are down on their luck, the mental health aspect is massive. You know, the amount of violence that happens out there, the amount of drugs and alcohol that are out there. Even that first shot of the guy, you know, with his pants down, peeing in front of school kids, just walking to school.
How is this possible?
The complete inaction of the people that are paid by our tax dollars to help these folks that are doing virtually nothing for them, while people that are coming here from other countries illegally get whatever they want. You know, some of them are being given $10,000 a month in some cities in this country. There's just so much to unpack.
When you say people that are getting paid with their tax dollars, are you talking about grant money? People like nonprofits?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's
grant money.
It's everything from the nonprofits to people in cities like New York that are being given $5,000 or $10,000 a month on prepaid Visa cards and cell phones and free places to live. And I don't know exactly if that's happening in Lackawanna County or in Scranton, but it's just an absolute embarrassment for our local leaders, our state leaders, and our national leaders that American citizens are living on the street, having to deal with violence and the cold and lack of food and lack of shelter.
And they can't do anything about it.
And they can't do anything about it, but we have no problem taking care of people who have come to this country illegally.
And we have all these nonprofits. There are a bunch that do very, very good things. The Diocese of Scranton does a lot of good.
Mm-hmm.
St. Francis Commons, the St. Francis Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have other groups that they're getting funding from our tax dollars.
Yeah.
What are they doing? What are you doing?
Yep.
Are you doing something to make it better? Or are you doing something to make it worse?
What do you guys think about like the substance of what they're saying? So it seems like we all had like these preconceptions on what was going on. And do you think that like whatever those preconceptions were, do you think that just hearing their words, did it change your point of view? Did it enhance your point of view? Did it diminish your point of view?
It for me, it did not change my point of view. It enhanced it. Yes, you know that there's people with mental health problems. Yes, you know that there's violence. Yes, you know there's drugs and alcohol. Yes, we do know that charitable organizations, nonprofits are not doing things the right way. I just don't think that and again, like I like to do, this is my first time seeing that. So I'm trying to process it all very quickly so I can speak intelligently about it. I didn't realize how bad it was, how bad the violence was, how bad the drug use was. You know, and to hear numbers from the city, you know, that it's 10 to 30 people. It's hundreds.
In Code Blue.
Yeah, it's hundreds of people. I mean, and the vast majority of those people are not from this city. They have come here because they are being incentivized to come here, because when they do that, the local organizations can earn more funding. And it's a real travesty what's been allowed to happen. Yeah, I'm still trying to process it all. There was, I mean, that was 30, 35 minutes of a lot to unpack.
Well, yeah, and I didn't know what to take out, because I'm like, there's so much information in there about, because I look at it this way. I look at like, what would people on the streets questions be? You know, like like their top 5 questions, like what would they be, instead of like, oh, do you guys like steak? You know what I mean?
Right.
So like just a normal everyday person who wants to understand what they're like, how did you get here into this position?
Yeah.
Are people that are supposed to be helping you? If not, why? Is there addiction problems? Is there violence? And what do you think could happen to get you to not have to make this way of life a better option for you?
And didn't you say you got yelled at by some lady? She's like, "You're a cop, get away."
Oh yeah, that was the other day. Yeah, the other day I was down getting the drone shots, and then I saw this homeless girl, and it seemed like she wanted to have somebody to talk to her. It's like, well, from a distance, I said, you know, "Are you okay?" And she came over and started talking to me, and I could tell immediately. It's like, it's weird, man, because it's almost like a cat.
Yeah.
Like, do I trust you? Do I not trust you? Are you a good person? Are you not a good person?
Yeah.
And, you know, I gave her a cigarette and we had like a getting to know you conversation. And she's from Baltimore and she comes up to Scranton every summer to be homeless.
Well, that's nice. I'm glad Scranton can make her feel at home, at least for the summer.
I don't know if the Lackawanna County, what is it, the Visitors Bureau? I don't know if that's a target market that they're hitting for people to come up here for our sweet summers. Like,
and that's a problem. The transients that come here, it seems that they're the ones that are slobs.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, and the ones that are
because it's not their community. Why would they care?
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, they're just here to shit things up.
And that's part of the conversations that we had with a lot of people who are local. They're like, we don't want that stuff. Like, we don't want, anything. Like, anytime it becomes a problem for the ones who are like, we're doing okay here and we're not bothering anybody. You know? What were some of the things that they said that maybe like really struck home or maybe enhanced a little bit?
We could do more for our own people. And we're not doing that.
Yeah, I think that's the overarching theme of everything I just heard was the resources are there. They're not being given to the right people. They're not being used properly. I mean, the fact that when they go to get food, these two ladies that are a part of our community who've fallen on some really hard times go to get a little bit of help at a food pantry.
And everyone in the community knows that they're sisters.
Yeah.
So everyone knows that they're a pair.
Yeah, the amount of comments that we've had when we showed the two sisters on any kind of video clip, a lot of people know them. A lot of people have helped them in the past. They know that they're good people who are just trying to figure it out. And the fact that these organizations won't help them, but people who are in this country illegally can get whatever they want. I don't know what we're doing.
So just for the people watching, if you want to comment on YouTube or Facebook, I have the comments right in front of me, so we'll respond to anything that you want to ask, especially the D-Man. He seems like a really swell person who's going to ask some serious questions about getting things better.
What's the D-Man on?
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. What are some of the things that you guys might have experienced, let's say since part 2, because part 2 was all about the environment. Right, and I don't think anybody kind of knew like what part 3 was going to be. So did anybody say anything to you, or did maybe we participated in some things?
Yeah.
Since part 2, if you want to talk about them, just to get a little up to speed.
People didn't know how bad it was, and no one knows how to go about it because I'm part of the problem. I'm part of the problem. Me, this guy right here, I'm part of the problem. I donated shoes. I donated all this stuff. And a lot of the stuff that I donated and wanted to be part of the solution, I found a lot of those items thrown off the side of a ledge.
So what you're saying is like stuff that you've donated, you have now seen on the trail?
I mean, not the exact stuff, but stuff that...
Many others have donated.
Right, sure, absolutely. So... I don't know. Is it not appreciated? Like, it's just mind-boggling to me. I just don't get it. But yeah, talking about people not seeing it with their own eyes, and then they see it here, and then we run into people on the trail. We started cleaning up even more.
Yeah.
Started going on the trail, and people there was one person on the trail that was
out of how many?
Hundreds. One person that was kind of mad that we were cleaning up. And we're just throwing out garbage. And then someone had the audacity to say that we were taking driver's license, security, or social security cards, birth certificates. Let me just say something. Who the hell are you, and have you ever walked the trail? Besides walking the trail, have you ever ventured off the trail? I'm looking at you, and I hope you're watching. You're a disgusting human.
He's half kidding. But I don't know how serious
I don't think he is.
They clearly did not walk the trail. And to even suggest that, I cannot wait until we meet in person.
So that was a lot of the things that, like, I know that you're a beautiful man.
We'll never meet them in person because that would require them to come out of the building that they're in right next to the railroad tracks and the river. and actually come across the river and help us clean
and
up
actually
a little
go
bit.
see the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, 100 yards down the railroad tracks where all that stuff that this person and organization and the leadership of that, they just go and throw it in the river. To me, that sounds like environmental terrorism. But I'm not in a position to designate it.
Who are you to judge?
I'm just a human.
So there's a guy on here called J.A. Port. I think it's a Portelli. I think that's what it is. His question is question for Chris on the street. Was he ever told of any services to help him? I sit here in tears over him, especially the part of if you have a home, don't screw it up. J.A. Chris was a fluke for us to run into. I got a phone call from a really good friend named Virgil. And he said, he's like, oh, my God, like there's this guy. It's like 22 degrees outside, and he is laying on the street, on the main avenue in North Scranton. So we went over, and I walked up to him. He was very hesitant to talk to me. He was I told you guys about Chris, right?
Yeah.
So it took about like 10, 15 minutes before, we were just talking normally. And then he finally was like, hey, do you want to do the camera thing? And I'm like, are you sure? Like, do you really want to? He's like, yeah, I'll talk to you. And the guy that's with him, Mark, are those two guys are inseparable. Insofar as much as last week we heard Chris was in the hospital and Mark did something to make sure that he gets in the hospital with Chris. Like they have one of those bonds that not many people do.
That's wild.
So
that's great.
It's pretty awesome. So JA, as far as like any services to help him, a lot of the times from our understanding is that people want the help, but they only want the help in the way that they want it. In other words, like they want to get help, but only under their conditions. And that is a lot of the brick walls that I think that a lot of people hit with trying to get better.
Well, and speaking of last week, we did have a really fun time cleaning up on Saturday.
We did.
Yeah.
We were rappelling.
Andy did some rappelling.
Yep. I joked with Mark the next day. I said my fat hurts.
Yeah.
Like I was bruised, and I didn't want to use like what they would call like a Swiss seat, to where you make a harness or a seat out of rope, because I would be rubbed raw, bruised. Like I just didn't want that. So I'm like, let me see if I can find my harness. Couldn't find my harness, so then just ordered some stuff off online, and it was a lot more comfortable. But damn, I'm just fat and old now.
Yeah, Andy was rappelling down the side of a ledge for probably 4 hours, getting garbage off the Lackawanna Heritage Valley Trail.
And the only way to do it was to kick it down. Like a machine couldn't pull it up. It
you had to push it from the top down and have a whole bunch of people at the bottom collecting it. Yeah,
it was amazing the amount of people running by, walking by. A lot of people saying they were preparing for the half marathon that just simply said thank you.
Yeah,
that was really nice because there's a lot of people from behind a keyboard or from a certain mission who like to talk on the news about how we're terrible people. And it was really nice to hear the actual citizens of Scranton saying thank you, because at the end of the day, we're just trying to help people. You know, we're just trying to help our community, trying to do the right thing. And I think, do you have anything else, or do we want to start getting through some of these comments?
Well, one more thing about like the people. There's I find a lot of people are very concerned about optics.
Yep.
They're very concerned about how they'll be viewed for the decisions that they make, even though their decisions that they make are correct. So the optics of our experience has been 99.5% positive. So the day that we were there with the elected officials from the city of Scranton, 4 of them, and 1 from the district attorney's office, who wanted and still do remain nameless, but they are good people. They were out in basically a thunderstorm.
Yes.
Under bridges, lifting wet, damp blankets,
Dirty.
Afghans, the dirtiest
skunk
shit.
smelling junk.
Yep.
That's
Human waste. There was actually bags of human waste, and they did it, and they got it done, and no one complained.
And we did it with a smile and
Yep.
joked and laughed.
Yep.
And this is people that all different backgrounds, from someone that
and all different political parties
that could pay for a vehicle out of their checking account to someone who is just probably there was a couple people there that I don't know. I don't know what their situation is, but they were there to help. But
And we had a student from West Scranton High School.
and a graduate student, someone that just graduated from Mid Valley. They came down to help.
So it was awesome. So nothing we did.
And a union plumber that came down.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what questions do we want to get to now?
Do we want to start plowing through some YouTube stuff?
Yeah. Well, I have all of them here. So
you have them all here?
Yeah, Sean McAndrew. Andy is right. You can't understand it until you actually see it. I hope everyone takes the time to watch these. It's heartbreaking and eye-opening. Sean, if you want to comment back. Oh well, he might be in a future episode. Mark Payne, who's supposed to be here. Most of these people say they are not from Scranton. Did you ask what the attraction to Scranton is? We did. The world is not going to like this. Do you guys want to give a hypothesis on what you think I'm going to say?
It's Joe Biden's hometown.
They think Joe's going to fix it.
Yeah, it's like Amityville. Like, come see the shark.
No, honestly, if I had to think of what incentivizes those people to be here is they get free stuff for being here.
The amount of services offered to them for their picking and liking.
So, Mark, the response to you is, and you're supposed to be here, is what Andy and Micah just said. It's the ease of services. It's that they know that if they come here, they're going to get, I hate to use the word enabled, but that's kind of what it is. And when you ask them where they came from, and they've come from all places, and I asked the one guy, he didn't want to tell me where he came from. And I said, can you just tell me east, north, west, or south? And he said the west. So they're not coming here. They're not from Scranton.
West Scranton strikes again.
It wasn't West Scranton. I actually know where they're from, and they are from kind of around here, but they're not from Scranton.
Yeah.
So that's the attraction. So the more services that you have, the more they will come. So in other words, if you have a city block full of alcoholics, that bar that you're going to put in there is going to be pretty busy. And then the city block is probably going to go to hell. So that's why. Susan Marie, I don't know what this, someone does not choose to take their medicine. It is our horrible medical system. So as you sit comfy in your home, sipping your tea, taking your meds, know your facts. I've seen your private messages to others, bullying them from your keyboard. I don't know if that's to me, but like, all right.
No, I think she was responding to somebody else who made a comment.
Oh, try not to fight, kids. Let's have a discussion.
Be kind.
Be kind. J.A. praying for Chris. Me too, man. That guy really, I'll never forget that guy. Meeting him was incredibly profound. And at the end of it, did you notice he kept repeatedly touching his head? And then after that, once we got done recording, I looked at him, and it just struck me. I said, in my head, I said, I don't think that guy's been hugged in a very, very long time. So I said, Chris, would you mind if I hugged you? And Chris was like, no. And then he hugged me, and he put his head like right in my shoulder. And then we held for like 30 seconds. I don't think anybody's held that guy in a decade.
It's been a long time, probably since Chris has put his head into a woman's shoulder.
Yeah, take my beautiful moment and literally urinate all over it.
Did you mama bird, baby bird him?
No.
Oh.
So what I was getting to is right after that, he wanted to hug me like 10 more times, and I thought it was amazing. So it's nice to have friends to keep you grounded.
Yeah, if you're gonna bully people, don't do it on the comments. Do it live and in person on the podcast.
Yep. It's the way to do it. It's the American way.
Mark Payne says sorry. We'll get you. Solali also is by the river a benefit or a hindrance? It does, or does it depend on the weather? Here's what I'll tell you about the river.
Watch episode 2.
Watch episode 2. In episode 2, what we realized is that the rivers go up and down. There are certain parts of the river that look like it's a nice flat place to put a tent. Problem is that when the rains come, that place gets flooded first, and all those tents go down the river, which means all their belongings, all their social security cards, birth certificates, and driver's license get sucked down the river. But no one blames the storm.
Well, and I think also, and I'm not sure 100% what you mean by that question. Why are they all choosing to live by the river? I think is kind of what you're asking. And my assumption would be because it's a little bit away from where people are walking. There was a couple of tents and camps up by some of the trails. But I think most of the people kind of want to be tucked away by the river, kind of off the beaten path a little bit. And it just happens to be that's where the river is, and it just happens to be that's where the train tracks are, and they all kind of go together. So,
you know what's wild? A couple people sent me some screenshots of groups that they're with, and these folks want to get more tents and more things and do more stuff, and I don't think they fully grasp the gravity of the situation and fully grasp the consequences of their actions.
It's giving an alcoholic
more booze,
a frosted mug. You know what I mean? Like that's it's enabling. That's what it is. So the more you give them, the more. And I'm talking not the people from Scranton. I'm not talking about the people from Scranton. I'm talking about the people that come from this area to take advantage of the people of Scranton.
Correct.
And trust me, when you're passing out those tents, nobody goes, "Hey, are you from Scranton?" It's always going to something. Like we met people as far away as Florida.
I thought the T was silent.
Scranton?
Whatever.
There was one comment in here, and I'm trying to find it now.
Well, I want to hit up J.A. Portelli real quick first. He says perhaps Scranton politicians should have a day of caring. That's awesome, J.A. I would love that, but the problem is that half the city politically hates the other half of the city, and vice versa. So everybody needs to take a little bit of stock,
responsibility
for their behavior. And sometimes you have to hear people who say things that you don't agree with and be okay with that, because that is the only thing that leads to a solution.
Right. So in the military, they would say an after-action review. Mm-hmm. And you would have things that this went really well. Name 3 things that went really well. And you name A, B, and C. All right, now name 3 things that really sucked and we could improve on. And those are your sustains and improves. Why isn't city government doing that? Why are you guys doing that? Like, it's okay to be on different sides of the aisle, but then to say, hey, we were really good at this and we really sucked at this. And it seems to me, according to this study that's from a .org that is cited Scranton/Lackawanna Unsheltered Plan from the task force.
This is interesting. You should pay attention to this.
It seems that you guys do not have any improves or sustains. You can't even say that, hey, we need to sustain doing this and improve doing that, because according to your graphs, it shows that there are more people, but less enrollments and less people completing the enrollment. So that means that you're failing, and it's okay, and you need to accept that and figure out something different.
So what it means is like they're getting money allocated for these services because you need either vendors or employees, and those roles are being filled more and more, so they're being more plentiful. The problem is that the people who take advantage of those services that they got those jobs for are not taking advantage of the services, because you can't force people to take advantage of your services.
Right.
That's a lot of, in my opinion, that's a lot of wasted money because it's not working.
Yeah. And it's pretty damn close to a school.
Yes. Yeah.
Seems like there's a lot of drugs that are very close to a school. Seems like there's a lot of very nefarious people that are close to a school.
Well, there are people that you
in between schools, as a matter of fact.
People that you don't know and don't know their families and don't know anything about them, and they're from out of the area, are near the schools.
Right. On both, actually, it's surrounding the school. If we were to draw a map of Scranton High School, and then go right up the road by Cooper's, what's the other school, Northeast?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're not. Look at it. Someone.
That's an element, and that's an elementary school.
Middle.
Oh yeah.
Middle school. Is it? Are you sure it's not an okay.
I'm positive.
And what are we doing I think in 2019, didn't City Council consider getting or just saying people like you cannot be here, you can't operate here,
You can't
because
offer services here.
It's too close to our most valuable asset as a country, our children.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who wants to look it up, that did happen in 2019. Billy Gaughan, your current county commissioner, was advocating for it.
The optics looked good though back then. Now it doesn't look too good though.
All right. More comments?
Yeah, there's one here by Suzanne. Fun fact: homeless cannot get help without ID for Lackawanna County. 3 days max without ID. I'm assuming. Why? There's a lot of people here that are undocumented that are getting thousands of dollars a month in help.
Yeah.
It is doable.
Sure is.
Therein lies the problem. And the big question is why?
So, here, Sean McAndrew. I continue to say it until the governor or Joe Biden actually help the city. We need to stop throwing parties when come election time. It happens 4 years. Sean, I can't agree with you more.
Yep.
Stop using
Hold on
us
one
as
second.
your
Hold on one second.
backdrop.
Micah,
Yes,
do you
sir.
agree with Sean?
Yes.
Andy, do you agree with Sean?
I do.
We now have consensus. This is how it works. We talk, and we talk about something that...
So may it be.
So moat.
It's official.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to come here and get our votes, I mean, at least throw us a bone and say, hey, we're going to take care of your homeless situation. Vote for me. Like,
everybody needs to be on the lookout, too, for the amount of money that they're going to now reallocate to the homeless situation, which is going to benefit primarily illegal immigrants. The D-man help with what? So if giving them more...
I'm beginning to think that the D-man is just a troll.
Huh? Troll? Bring it on, Donkey Kong. So if giving
what's
them...
your real name, D-man? Where are you from?
I was gonna post D-man as a D-bag.
I'd love to have some, I don't know, maybe some food with him. I wouldn't even go into...
Would you have a Snickers with him?
I wouldn't go into libations, no. But
Okay.
I would...
So if giving them more tents isn't helping, what would help? It seems like the shelters aren't the answer. From John Wharton. John, I agree with you. I think we have 2 more parts of this to do and possibly a 6th. And then we're going to be done with the homeless in Scranton. So
We're going to have a party on a river barge.
And we're going to pick up trash and drink drinks, and it's going to be so much fun.
It's the riverboat.
Party barge.
Yep.
maybe that'll be a new attraction for Northeast Pennsylvania that we can actually utilize. So, John, follow the money. Where does the money come from? Where does it go to? Who dispenses it? What do they dispense it for? Are those services being allocated for the reasons that they are supposed to be? I don't know if I'm being suspicious, but those are some questions that really should be answered publicly.
Well, the money comes from the taxpayers. Comes from us. Comes from us that, through commerce and stuff.
Well, I was trying to make it so that like you can follow this path of, once you find out.
And then our government divvies out grant money to eligible nonprofit organizations that are rather 501c3, 7, whatever 501 designation that you have. And if you fall into a certain category, and if you draft your grant with the words that the people who are giving the money out like, that's what happens.
Seems like it's not fair.
Yeah. Like when you get...
What's another word for not fair, Micah? It starts with a C.
What?
When some people aren't playing fair with the other people.
I don't know.
Corrupt.
Oh, corrupt. Okay. My mind was not there at all.
I was going somewhere else.
You guys are on the other C word. Shameful.
Yeah.
Shameful. Okay. John, this is going to be a longer conversation at a later date. J.A. Portelli, again, also Jay, thank you for commenting from Luzerne County, because I know you guys have your own problems down there. Thanks to all of you for bringing this to light. I so appreciate what you're doing. I wish as an average citizen I could help. J.A., I'm going to let you on a little secret. Me, Andy, Micah, and Dan, if he was here, are all average citizens. There is nothing special about any of us. We just took the things that we are good at and
That's
put
not
them
true.
together.
Andy has phenomenal hair. I mean, just get a shot of that right now.
I did. The edit was amazing when I went to it. So any normal citizen can go out and do this.
Well, it's real simple. Like, as I continue to watch the D-Man be an asshole, don't give them a big head until we see what's accomplished. Well, the past 2 Saturdays, we've accomplished picking up a lot of trash while you, I'm assuming, did nothing.
A 40-ton dumpster or a 40-yard dumpster full
We helped those
to the
two
top.
lovely ladies and their dogs put up a new tent, get them cots.
Although since then, the two sisters do not live under the bridge anymore.
Where are they at?
I cannot disclose the location, but they have a roof over their head right now.
Hey, D-Man, guess what? The ladies that lived under a bridge for 4 years are no longer living under a bridge, jerk. I hope it burns when you pee.
Yeah, this is great.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm a little sick.
Do you
guys need your own radio show along with your podcast? J.A., I will never go on the radio because they won't let me curse.
You guys were on the radio this morning.
Yes, we were. We were on the Bob Cordero Show. If you go into WLK.com and click their Odyssey app, you can look up the Bob Cordero Show, go to 10:54 a.m., and that's when the homeless conversation begins.
And speaking about what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, this week...
Here he goes.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Art House in downtown Scranton is...
They're having their grand opening.
They sure are. And I think everyone should go there because it's going to be a great place. It's a social club. It's a movie house. It's an art theater. And it's here for our community. And could you believe that someone was trying to piss on their parade?
Well, because, I mean, God forbid we have something fun and bright and colorful and exciting.
They were trying to dim the lights.
Yes,
and
they were.
And I think they... What's the hashtag?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, let's just go ahead.
Okay, so I didn't have time to pop this onto the
I'm doing a drum roll.
PowerPoint. Well, it sounds annoying.
Okay.
If two,
I love you. I love you. It sounds annoying.
What if 2 people do it?
Then it'll sound super duper annoying. So here I'm going to show you guys this. This, can you see this? Okay, so on Friday night. Or on Friday day, so at noon, and they're going to keep selling them, is the Leave the Lights on John, hashtag Leave the Lights on John t-shirts with the art house in the background. And what they're doing is they're going to donate all proceeds to Fight for Vets so we can help homeless vets. Because believe it or not...
Wait, Mark Payne just said bright, not blight. Is something misspelled?
No. Mark Payne doesn't know how to use YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Mark, you want me to hit him for you?
He does.
So all
the proceeds go to Fight for Vets.
Fight for Vets. Is that the same group that just wrote a check for $2,800 to get a guy off of the streets, like to make him not homeless?
What?
I don't know, man. Is it? Let me know. Micah, do you think it's that
Calm
same
down.
group?
Let's see what you can accomplish.
D-Man, those guys are accomplishing things. You should come and buy a T-shirt.
You know what I want to
help
accomplish?
out Fight for Vets and keep the lights on, John.
I want to accomplish by tomorrow. The ribbon cutting is at what, noon?
Yes.
By tomorrow at noon, I want to have a hat with John's face on it that just says "Shine Bright, Golden Pony Boy."
I'd be okay with that 100%.
Yeah, I think we could have that
with
hat.
the lights, with lights on it,
with a light
LED
up hat.
lights.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you can make that happen in less than 13
if
hours.
there's anybody out there that can make this happen, I'm willing to spend a wild amount of money on it, and by wild amount, I'm thinking $32.
Okay, here. Lorene Cummings. Lorene Cummings, if you ever want to come on our show, we'd love to have you. You should be able to find out at the county. This is where the services should be coming from. I requested numerous budgets. So are you saying that the money that gets dispensed to these groups hits the county first and then gets disseminated across all the groups? Just trying to clarify there.
Wait, if that is true, and if there was a man that was elected to head up city business, is now heading up county business, seems like
he would have a vested interest in this.
Yeah, we got to make I think
Celebrated Razor Works. What is it again? The social club. It is the Art House. It's a movie theater, social club, and art venue in downtown Scranton.
At the corner of Penn and Lackawanna,
Yeah,
right in
the
front of the main
Art
entrance
House.
of the marketplace.
House spelled H-A-U-S?
Yeah.
Don't look. It's art. It's dude. John has his ways. You okay with that?
With what?
John's ways.
I guess.
Okay. John Wharton, Catholic Social Services will give people money if they house illegal immigrants, but I don't know if that also applies to homeless Americans. That's interesting, John.
I wouldn't say that they would give it to illegals. The Catholic Social Services, they have a very stringent. You need to provide things. You just can't show up there and say, "Hey, I'm here and we're going to give you money." No, like they actually have forms. You actually have to do things the right way.
Our buddy Mark Payne just texted me. He said, "Punch him."
Yeah. Okay. Nod to your barber. I am a wife of my amazing husband who agrees with you. We are so appreciative of all of you and what you are doing. Jay, thank you. Keep commenting because I really like talking to you. Lori O'Hara, we were picking up garbage, not destroying. Plenty of garbage to pick up. Amen, Lori.
Yeah,
You're
Lori was
absolutely right.
there.
Yeah.
Good job. Great. Wonderful. You and your daughter did a good thing. Good teamwork. Got some trash up.
And weren't afraid to get dirty.
Yep.
Travis Prince, what's up, buddy? Bright Not Blight. Scranton, the Electric City. Ain't that the truth? What is it again? County controls all the human services. Would come on any time to explain. Lorene, you want to shoot me a message on Facebook? We'll try to set it up. And then I'll give you my email. Or not my email, my cell phone. Lori O'Hara, hello, gentlemen. Homeless needs a building. Yeah. Congratulations.
Did you ever watch Cobra? Did
With
anyone ever
Stallone?
watch Cobra with Stallone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you give homeless buildings. That stuff.
Like the foot from Terminator or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the first one?
Yeah, because then who's going to be like? It's like having a dorm room with a really shitty RA. Like it's going to be bedlam real quick. Like as
Yeah.
Chris would say it, the boss had to get involved, and the boss didn't want to do anything. But
I'm going to read a quick text that I
sorry.
just got from someone.
Can I just say, bro, it seems like that's the problem that people are going to have because it seems like these compassionate, like, they just need a house. Like, that's what they need.
Oh, yeah. And
Just saying that comes with a whole slew of other problems.
yeah, until there's shit in the walls.
I'm not going to
Which
say
always
whose
happens.
wife it is, but one of our wives just texted me and said, "I want to know who the D-man is, this tiny dick man."
I love you, baby.
Oh,
She's the
man.
best.
D-man, you're making yourself look like a fool.
You should probably just say your real name. Like my real name is Andy Chomko. I'm from West Scranton. I'm not going to hide behind a keyboard or a name or anything like that.
Dude, you gotta people who aren't willing to put their name, you treat them like they aren't willing to put their name. You have no substance or value.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? The homeless have more substance and value than you.
That's right.
Hold on. How do we?
They were brave enough to go on film saying their real names.
Sure were.
They all did.
D-Man's afraid to put his real name out there. Loser.
We're gonna turn into the bully podcast.
Same thing with the people in the comments in the Scranton Times. Put your real name on there. You have
Yep.
no intestinal fortitude. None. Losers.
And your home address.
Yeah, everyone's so afraid of that. Okay. Wanda Dix. Hey, I am out here talking to the homeless. I met one guy who was turned away from a few places because he has ID from another state. So there's not even like. So okay. So wait. So we're apparently stealing their IDs and throwing them in the garbage, but they won't even accept all IDs. It's like, what are you talking about, Wanda? Is that real? Just because was it a valid ID from another state? Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know the rules.
So, I don't know, guys. Like, so do we want to talk about like what's coming next or?
Sure.
Yeah.
I would love to hear.
So, if there's no more comments, area aging and reimbursement. Some of the local nonprofits to provide hotel rooms across our country in emergency situations. Lorene, I think that's something that Kay and Alexis were talking about, where they just put them up temporarily, and it's almost like, man, me living on the streets, I would be like, oh, that's like a mini vacation just to you know
Yeah.
live in a hotel room, you know. But then 7 days is over, and now you're back on the streets.
Here's a couple clean towels, some bars of soap, and
It's nice
pat you
and
on
it
the
feels
ass.
good, but that's a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. I mean, it's not going to solve the problem. It's just going to make you feel good.
Yep.
Okay, hey guys, I saw that one. How do we get in touch with you guys to help? JA, just shoot us a message on Facebook at What a Week on the Facebook. Wait, you're on YouTube.
Go to our Facebook and send us a message.
No. That would probably be the easiest way, Jay. So, like, if you get on our Facebook, find What a Week, and just hit message and send it to us, we'll get back to you ASAP. Yes, he's got ID from out of state, and it's valid. Well,
I don't know what the
Wanda,
problem is.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. You know, I don't. That's very strange to me. Do you know what place that they went to? Lori O'Hara, ID is a problem. I spoke with a guy a while ago, and he lost his stuff from Florida and didn't have anything, and that was a problem.
How did he get here from Florida?
I'm going to say by porpoise.
It's a pretty common form of travel.
So it came up through the.
No, train, bus, hitchhike. I mean, there's many ways to get here from Florida.
Yeah, I thought it was like through the Chesapeake
But
Bay.
if you don't have money, you don't have ID, you don't have a car. How is that happening? And why, if you were homeless, why would you leave Florida and come to Pennsylvania?
4 seasons up here, maybe like 2 down there.
But they're all warm ones.
Yeah, but those are our seasons can kill you.
Right.
You know where it's really, really nice all year round?
South Carolina, other than the hurricanes.
No.
Where?
San Diego. It's really, really nice there.
Okay,
all
you
the time.
can't. Okay, so here's the problem with San Diego. It is now full of illegal immigrants. They're not only like on the sidewalks, they're on the streets. That's what's happening in San Diego, because when Texas says we're shutting it down, everybody moved over to like Baja.
Ooh.
So that's where they're getting up in there, and they're you literally, like, when you look at the beach, like the beach is like, here's California, here's Mexico.
Yeah.
They just now hop the fence of the beach in California and just walk right in.
When you're talking about people who are undocumented coming into this country, and Kay and Alexis were talking about that, and one thing that's been weighing on my mind, and I just want to get out there and say it. My background in special operations and terrorism and counterterrorism, all that good stuff, this is a recipe for disaster. What are you people doing? This doesn't make sense.
So Andy looks at it from an operations perspective. When you see these things happening and you say, okay, there is undocumented, uninvestigated people coming across our border en masse from, I believe, 160 countries in the world. So they know that America is open. And do you think that they're sending their best and their brightest? Venezuela, what was it? Venezuela decided to be like, hey, let's just empty the prisons. And
We
send
emptied
them.
the prisons.
And we'll send them up to America.
Yeah.
That's what they did. So they're not sending their scholars, their scientists, and their authors. They're sending the worst of the worst.
They're getting rid of the people that are causing problems in their country.
And they're costing them money.
Yeah.
So if you look at the estimates that's been over the last 3 years, and it's not like, look, it has been since Biden took office. And he reversed the executive order about the border to let them in indiscriminately. These people that are here got sent all over the country. It's not just a Texas problem. It's not just an Arizona problem. It's not just a Nevada problem. It's not just a California problem. And it wasn't the governors sending them all over the country. It was mules. It was, some of them was the federal government giving them putting them in airplanes. And if you don't believe that, they were coming here in the summer of 2021 at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport.
They flew a plane load of people into Wilkes-Barre.
And if it wasn't for Commissioner Chris Shermack going out there and being like, hey, what are you doing? No one would have known. And that's been, so now that's 3 years ago. And this has been happening all the time, every day.
Someone sent me a wonderful document the other day, and I want to read it.
Lorraine, thanks for sending the info. I'd say my phone number on here, but you know how it gets. It gets weird. So CIC, Wanda Dix, CIC. CIC is interesting. You should look into CIC.
Yep. So this is from voter registration application. And this was specifically...
This is interesting. Pay attention
This
to
was
this.
specifically highlighted for homeless persons.
Now, these are like the mail-in ballot things, right?
Yes. This is straight up highlighted for this purpose. Instructions for Section 5. If you are homeless, use the map to the right to show where you spend most of your time. How to fill the map. Write the names of the roads or streets nearest to where you live. Draw an X to show where you live. Use a dot to show the location of the landmarks, such as schools, churches, or stores, and identify them by name. This is all you need to vote in this country. You need a north, south, east, west cross.
Like a first grade map.
Yes, and you need to place an X on it and say, I could vote. Do you know what we did in Iraq in the first time that they had
their elections? I have no idea.
Yeah,
I want you to tell me.
Ooh, so this is going to be good.
I was had the honor to be on the ground during daylight hours. Normally, Ranger Regiment, and what we didn't work during the day. So when we did work during the day, it was fun because you could see things better, a little bit better. Even night vision, you could see great, but you could see things a little bit better. And every one of these people that went into their voting booth, they had dye on their thumb. And every one of them were so proud to have dye on their thumb because they voted and it mattered. Why are we just handing out maps with what's going on?
I mean, you're upset about that because, like, you think the vote is the most important thing because it's the actual implementation of the people's voice.
It's the people's will.
And if you give it to people who aren't part of the country, then that...
Rome fell in 400 years because they let migrants or people that were not Roman into their militaries, and it took them 400 years with technology, with planes, travel, air travel, all of it. How long do you think it's going to take?
Could be 4 years.
Could be months.
Yeah, we're on the precipice.
Just saying. Think about it.
Anybody who's watching, do you share that sentiment that it seems like something is afoot, especially with the amount and the seemingly unjustified reasons to allow it? Lori O'Hara, they empty prisons and asylums. My father was in Fort Chaffee, Arkansas when Castro sent his refugees. Dad was a federal agent. J.A., my husband and I want to thank all of you for bringing homeless to light. Thank you for all you do. Again, prayers for Chris. Kenny Beam, Scranton went downhill. Kenny, we all got to ask ourselves why. And I think most of the responsibility falls on the people from Scranton because we weren't paying attention. Do you guys agree with that?
I'm part of the problem. Are you?
I'm definitely part of the problem.
I'm pretty blameless. No, I'm just joking. No, I mean, at the end of the day, we all are. Because, some people went along with it. Some people saw it happening and didn't say anything. What's the old quote? First they came for whatever group and I didn't say anything because it wasn't me. From World War II. This has to end. This needs to end right now. It's a multi-layered problem. It is not an easy solution to fix the whole thing, but if you break it apart into pieces, we can take it one piece at a time, and that's where I think we're starting and what we're trying to accomplish. So,
how do you eat an elephant, or how do you eat a cow?
Can I answer this?
How do you eat an elephant?
Can I answer this? Ass first.
It's one bite at a time,
That's
but
right.
Marky likes to make it his own.
It's totally true. When you watch like hyenas and like when an elephant goes down, that's the first place they go.
It's true.
Yeah, because there's no defense mechanism back there. They're not great at kicking backwards.
Well, they're already dead. If they're already dead, they start there. Or the face, right?
Yeah, I was assuming I wasn't attacking an elephant.
It's just easy to get to
Marky,
the good stuff.
think
I
it
guess,
through.
There, as a lion,
Ass
or a
first.
cheetah.
We should all start prepping. Salali. Yes. Interesting fact. During the Great Depression, 40% of Americans had gardens, which means that they were entirely self-sustainable in case something happened. In 2024, less than 5% of Americans have gardens. Just let that marinate for a second. Andy looks like James Hughes. Andy looks like Kevin Owen, and he's kicking ass like him. Keep up the great work.
Kevin who?
OWNE.
Who is she?
Who is this person?
Kevin Owen. Who is she?
Oh, he. I'm sorry.
Google Kevin Owen.
I'm officially out of hands to do things.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google this.
James, your WWE references are lost on this bunch. And you know who said that? Dan. Thanks for participating, Dan. How does it sound?
He's
How
a
does it look?
wrestler. He's a Canadian professional wrestler.
I don't know anything about those communist Canadians.
You know how they spell Canada, right?
What?
C-A-N-A-D-A.
You're a clown. WB star.
I mean, I kind of get it.
Oh, that's how Andy looks?
Let me see this guy. No.
I mean, a little bit. The beard and the hair, it's kind of the same. Tattooed, muscular, handsome, if you will.
Does his fat hurt? Because mine does.
Do you guys want to kind of wrap this up?
Yeah.
If there's no more questions and comments. First of all, I want to say, oh shit, yeah, it kind of looks like Andy. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. For the people who've never tuned in before, this is not my normal seat. Usually a guy named Dan's here, but he has the flu. And part 4 is called The Adults in the Room. And what we're going to do there is we're going to talk to a bunch of elected officials, and tentatively a judge has said that he will come on camera to talk about it.
And if anyone's out there that would like to, that's an elected official, I think you
Open
should reach
invite.
out. I think you should reach out. It would behoove you to reach out.
We'd be happy to talk to you, but it's going to be on like a normal conversation without, you know what I mean? It's not, we're not there to be like, say your sound bite and then we're gone.
Well, that's the thing. If you do want to come on, that's great. We'd love to talk about solutions. But if you think you're going to come on here and do a campaign speech, you're going to find out real quick.
Bye.
So, Lorraine Cummings, Start a Garden, absolutely. We should do something like that. Like after this, we should go around to some farms and have them just educate us on soil and when.
We
when
should
to
have them
plant.
educate the unhoused people on how to build a farm along a river and irrigate it, and they can become farmers.
On the river that we're trying to. That river. Or?
Well, you know, I mean, we could take the water from there and use it for the stuff that we're going to plant and grow.
I'm just really
And they could
excited
help.
for our boat outings, our trash cleanup boat outings that we're going to go on this summer.
Got to build a barge.
Oh, is there like a launch point in that river anywhere?
Yes. And we're going to be going down it next week. Or in the next week or two, me and Mark are going to voyage down it in boats.
I'm coming for that one.
Like that the Rock movie, the Dwayne Johnson River Cruise.
River Cruise?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah,
and we're gonna film it. Lorraine Cummings, Start a Garden. Couldn't agree more. The D-Man. We finally agree on something. Grow vegetables and maybe weed. I'm with you. Is that Dan? Do you think that's Dan? You think the D-Man is Dan?
You think it's just Dan messing with us? How was he doing that while video switching before, though?
Huh? It was
Two
weird.
devices.
Oh yeah, here's a thing that he just punches on his cell phone, so I have to do something myself. I think that's Luigi. Bargain ain't easy. Bargain ain't easy. Oh yeah, that's funny. Bargain ain't easy.
Who's this?
My buddy. He owns a company that he has like dump trucks and shit like that, and he just takes their junk. So bargain ain't easy. Luigi, will you help us build a barge?
Yeah. 55-gallon drums.
We're going to have so much fun.
We need a couple 55-gallon drums.
Yeah.
Ratchet straps, some pallets.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to show people how to do their job and how to clean up the river. You should come and take notes. It's going to be fun.
Well, it's not about like showing them how to do their job. I think they're resource less.
Oh,
Like,
wait. So like the Eagle Scouts and the Boy Scouts, they use their resources that's available to them to make things work.
Well, that includes having a conversation about it and communicating with each other to do it. I don't think anybody's doing that.
So it's a leadership issue.
It's always a leadership issue.
So, yeah. So we need to inspire. Enrage, engage, and inspire, baby.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
what it is.
Yeah, dude. I think that's it.
real quick before we sign off, can we talk about the irony that the name of this week's video?
Oh yeah, I'd love to. I thought we were gonna do it at the beginning. I screwed up. I'm sorry.
Well, so yeah, I mean, me not knowing.
And we're talking about Near My God to Thee, right?
What's coming near my God to thee? It's really interesting, that story, and it's about Jacob wandering through Israel in ancient times, going to look for his wife. His father sent him off to look for a wife, and it got really dark. He was getting kind of desperate and looked kind of hopeless, and decided to go to sleep and laid his head on a rock. And it's kind of a miserable state to be in. And somewhere in like the darkness and the sleep, he saw the ladder, that story of Jacob's ladder, and saw hope in the middle of that desperation. And I just thought it was really ironic that you named it that, because it really just so clearly tells the story of these people that are desperate, that go to bed at night laying their heads on a proverbial rock, and somebody needs to be a little bit of light in the darkness for these people. Well, and hopefully that's what we and all these other people that are engaging and helping out and doing things can be.
I'm telling you, Micah, like, it was like, how I'm like a real crazy, like, spiritual universe, energy, all that.
Yeah.
It was like, boom, Near My God to Thee. It has to be that. What does that mean?
Yeah. It's ironic that that's what you picked.
Well, the atheist, the former atheist.
Yeah.
V-Spot Bar commented, do I have to come there and show you how to work the ATEM? Bring it on, motherfucker. Bring it on.
Work the what?
The ATEM. That's this thing.
Oh.
The switcher. We're hoping we want to get Dan back. Dan is an integral part of our lives in doing this show. And
Dan just said, I would never start multiple accounts. That sounds...
Says the man who has 39,000 emails.
Yeah.
What number Instagram account are you on this month, Dan?
Yeah, he has a new one every week.
Yeah. Fuckable ginger face. I would never talk to you guys. Talk to the guys at Agway. They know everything. Honesdale. Do they know about the giants of Afghanistan?
Wait, why are we talking to Agway?
Lori, you got to be a little bit more specific on that. J.A., love you guys. Looking forward to the next video. J.A., thank you. I think you're new to our world. I hope that you're new to our world. And if you are not new to our world and we have already known you, I apologize for assuming that you're new to our world. Where the video is available now on all the social media platforms. It's called Near My God to Thee. Episode 4 is going to be called The Adults in the Room. And I already said that. And I'm thinking that episode 5 should be called The Kindness of Strangers.
I'm going to wear a diaper next time.
What? I don't care, Andy.
Because if we're the adults in the room, someone's got to shit their pants, because it seems like a lot of these people are shitting their pants, not doing their job. God bless America.
He's the best.
Yeah.
There's nobody,
it's going great.
There's nobody better than Andy.
I love it. I love it.
Make Scranton bright again. That's another Instagram page that Dan came up with.
He's just making Instagram pages.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I don't think I screwed this up too bad. Please, please, please share the video and talk about it amongst your friends, because the only way that anything changes is the more that people know.
It takes all of us.
Yeah.
Marky, do we want to let Andy say it for the first time ever? I mean, he's been here a lot lately. He's been a major part of this, and I think he has earned the right to say it.
Give me 1 second, and I'll give it to you. Okay?
Whatever. I don't even know what to do.
No, just ask him to say the phrase. Don't give it to him.
I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. What will the implications be for starting a tent city or pod encampment like they have done in Oregon? Jack, get on Twitter right now and look up what the homeless just did in Seattle. They started taking over public tennis courts
at a school.
Yes, at a school.
Go look at Oakland.
Or Portland.
Name one place in the world that tent cities have ever turned out well.
They didn't work out during the Great Depression in Hoovervilles. All of Central Park was a Hooverville.
No. It's real simple. Just look back at history, see what worked, see what didn't work, and just try and model that. It's really not that hard to govern and lead and make decisions.
Does the Biden Expressway lead directly under the bridge?
No.
No. There is no bridge. But
if you were to drive off that road at a high rate of speed, you might be able to make it.
Wait. No.
Besides
wait,
Andy's Smokey and the Bandit way of getting there.
No. Actually, I don't know who just said that, but that is true. If you come down the Biden Expressway, down Biden Street, and continue straight, you do have to make a quick left and right. Okay.
Yeah, we were right. We've been here longer.
If you go really, first of all, we've all been here longer than that street.
There's been some streets recently on this hunt where I'm like, I've never been down this street in my life.
Yeah, we've discovered a lot of places.
California is another example. Absolutely right, Kenny. Okay, so please, I know this is very whorish to be like, share, subscribe, comment. When you do that, it gets the algorithm moving, and then more people get to see it besides just the regular shares and interactions that you guys do. I don't know why they set up this way as a way to be like the way to get stuff out there, but we'd really appreciate it. And we also like it would be, I'd feel really good in my heart if everyone started to have conversations about this with their friends and their family, and don't let it get angry or whatever. Just be pragmatic about it. Think for yourself. This doesn't make sense, and we're throwing more money at it, and it's not getting better. So when you do that in your life, you course correct. You say something's wrong, and this isn't working, and we have to figure out what does work, and you have to start at the source. That's all that we're saying. We're trying to shine that light. In the full scope and breadth of this thing, I don't think any of us understood what we were getting into.
No.
Yeah, no.
Nope. Other than action rather than inaction.
Yeah. Okay. Look, we love you all. Everyone's amazing. Thank you for even giving a damn about your town. This is not about Harrisburg. This is not about Washington, D.C. This is about your town. All politics is local. It's important to see your elected officials and know that you're upset with them. The same way you would a husband, wife, child, friend. These people, you're allowed to say, I don't like that you do that. I don't like that this is happening. What can you do to fix this? We need to fix this. And this is everyday citizens can do this. They are not better than you. They are elected officials. They are not lords. They are not ladies. They are not kings. Talk to them. A lot of them are really receptive to the criticism, and they want to do something. So sometimes you just need a little bit of motivation to get them, to make that phone call, send that email, or shoot that text out. So, like I said, love you all. We all do, right, everyone?
Love you.
Yes.
Be kind.
Be kind. And without Dan here, Andy, you want to say it?
What a week.
All right, now I got to go find the end of show.
Dan, we miss you.
Dan, we miss you so much.
Oh, here.